Hello everyone, Dynamo here. Welcome to another episode of Hot 4. Reminder, some content that I may show you may be inappropriate for some viewers. So, if you're not interested, I advise you to leave. Before we begin, I'd like to give an honorable mention to another character from the same game named Xela Gione, or is it Gioni? Forgive me on that. She is a British-Italian businesswoman and one of the figureheads of the Tresil Company, who is associated with another antagonist entity from the Resident Evil franchise, the Umbrella Corporation. Xela is your stereotypical rich, snobby businesswoman, the type that's spoiled, bratty, and always gets her way, but they always do it with class. We already know it's a very common trope, but they make pretty good supervillains in most forms of media. I would describe Xela as intelligent, manipulative, selfish, and sexy, and she damn knows well she's all that, and she owns it. Even with all these deadly traits, it did not go well against the superhuman Albert Wesker, and that is why her villainy fell short. Though one thing I gotta admit, this lady is gorgeous. I mean, just look at that body. Man, 10 out of 10. Alright Xela, you had your chance to shine, and you blew it. Literally. Now, let's talk about my beautiful African queen, the star of this video, Sheva Alomar. I have to give Capcom credit for creating this character, despite the fact that I give them a lot of shit, and I still do to this day, because I always question their choices and motives. But I'm gonna have to swallow my pride on this. When Sheva debuted, I was like, bravo Capcom, bravo. They drew one of the best hotties from their horror franchise. I would say, touche. Before I go any further, let's address the elephant in the room. When Resident Evil 5 debuted, it was praised primarily as a fun action game with the elements of horror as a secondary. When playing co-op with a friend or someone online, it's considered a great experience. But the common complaint was when playing solo or by yourself, the partner AI gives you a lot of trouble. For instance, getting in the way of your shots or blocking your path. Yeah, it's a real bummer, I would agree. And Sheva, who is your initial partner, got a lot of flack for it. However, in her defense, when you unlock her, the partner AI is Chris, who also have the same issues. So from my perspective, it's more of the developer's issue rather than the character. Let's jump onto her design. Overall, Sheva design is very simple. It's a blend of Safari Explorer attire, given the environment that she's in. She wears tight-fitting and slim cargo pants, slick thin boots, tribal armbands, and a tattoo. It's in Swahili, which translates to hero. That's pretty awesome. Looking over at her concept design, she originally wore a blouse, which is incredibly detailed and frilly because of the loose ends and pattern design. But it would not make sense while you're running and gunning against zombies and other mutated creatures, so I'm glad they stuck with a more simpler and slick design. You know the saying, less is more? And finally, let me gush all over Sheva Alomar. And in my opinion, she is one of the best looking black female characters I've ever seen in a video game. And this is coming from a Japanese company. Oh, for those who don't know, they modeled Sheva's face after a real life person. I'm not going to post any pictures because, I don't want to get copyrighted or none of that. So you have to look it up on your own. Now for a scientific examination of her body. Sheva Alomar is 5'5" in height, athletic body type, perky sized breasts, which I'm okay with, lovely skin tone, soft pecan brown. I repeat, soft pecan brown. And finally, she has one of the best legs in the game. Going over her extra costumes, you can already tell that the developers had a lot of fun designing them. From her clubbing outfit, her business attire, which is a throwback to another character from Resident Evil 4, Hunnigan. And here we have the fairy tale, which is a personal favorite of mine. It's very skimpy, and I like the fact that it teases a lot because of her, major cleavage, and it's a skirt, of course. It's overall cute in my opinion. And then we have the most controversial skin called the tribal outfit. Now, I understand, back then, maybe still this day, there's a lot of stereotypes about it, which I kind of understand. It's a 50-50, it's a give or take. Either you like it or you hate it. But I love it. Sadly, I did not unlock it. Cannot find all the damn emblems. Besides Sheva's natural beauty, I think she's in my opinion, she's a really cool character because within Resident Evil 5, within the chapter, I forgot which chapter in the game, where Chris decided to go on his own, he tells her, you don't have to do this mission, I can do this on my own, I'm just after Jill this and Jill that. But Sheva, on the other hand, nah, we're partners, so we're with this together and stuff. Like, that's really cool. She's a ride or die type of chick, which is like awesome. You know, it's not often you find that type of girl. And the best part about it that Sheva still gets fan art till this day. And this game came out in 2009. So she leaves a lasting impression within the Resident Evil franchise. She may not get as much fan art as Jill, Claire, or Ada Wong, but she still gets it. It says a lot about her character. My God, I just want to get in between those legs. Alright, that's enough grossness. Dynamo out.